welcome back everyone to the final part of today's episode of Patronage. Where do we wanna jump in? Do we wanna jump straight back into
I mean, I was about to buy a meal.
Yeah, you're about to buy a
Elia.
meal. Let's see how that goes. So it's just an odd one resources test for
Yep. Cool. Excellent.
yeah.
So
You may consider spending a persona.
do I have a persona? I have a persona. Yeah. Okay. I will actually do that.
Mm.
So
I don't think. How did I realize this?
so that's Arthur 1 then, isn't it?
Yeah.
For persona.
Yeah.
Hey,
You did it.
Ooh.
It's difficult resources test.
Yeah.
I buy her a meal and I sit her down.
Yeah.
And I say, I'm definitely doing the like, hey, I've been where you are. Like, looks like you're having a rough time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're picking really bad marks here. That's all the money I had. And I like, and like, I puts down a bit of stew and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
like, sure, now I've got a bowl of stew and you've got a bowl of stew, but all you would have had was 2 bowls of stew. And trust me, you were putting your life on the line for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
I'm not the best fighter, but like a scuffle leads to accidents.
And I wanna have a look at what beliefs we have written down for.
She's got a pay me back belief, and she's got a being poor sucked belief. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna delete
Also,
these
Finbar,
beliefs
you're
later.
welcome.
Yeah, I mean, she has very much like guideline beliefs as opposed to like proper
Actual rules.
yeah
Yeah.
pursuit that make like
And so
making
she
persona happen. She used to have one that was she thought Bianca was like an idolizable character.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe she still does because she did this.
Yeah, and so she. I'm trying to think where
Does
she
the smell of eggs in here to you?
Yeah, she's like no fish. The whole dock was the way it smells of fish.
Yeah, I think I say, oh, I never noticed the smell of fish. I never noticed the smell of fish. I grew, and I think I start being like, I start telling her like, I grew up in, I grew up on a ship, right? Like I never noticed the smell of fish. I never noticed the smell of the sea, things like that. And I tell her that kind of like, I let her in on the fact that like, I have a common origin.
Yeah. And I think she just eats. And she listens.
I think in that case, then like Sophia's going to go off on this thing about like how she worked really hard and she took a lot of like weird chances and things and ended up in a position that she thought would be better and it still fucking sucks.
Don't use my vulnerable 17-year-old secretary as your like stand-in therapist.
Well, I think the point is that like I think what Sophia's trying to like communicate is this idea of like it's more important to look after yourself in the moment than to like get too caught up on notions of greatness or importance. I think that's the kind of thing, and this is just because that's what's on Sophia's mind, right?
Yeah.
She's like all of this stuff with her dad is all about like family names and all of those sorts of things, and so like that's part of the reason for the like I'm going to make art that is like an art movement about common people, right? Is her current thing, and like about the present rather than about lineages and all those sorts of things. So I think she's just kind of like waxing lyrical about that, but also hoping that it'll like encourage Elia to not put herself in danger.
Yeah, so I guess the task here sounds like a persuade test, but I
It does, doesn't it?
question the intent.
The intent, I think, is I want Elia to like see me as like a friendly, helpful mentor person, and like take that advice on board of like go to where you're safe and comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure. So that'll be an ob free persuasion test. And I think if you succeed, then she'll like take that on board and she'll go.
Can I take a bonus for having fed her?
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. If you succeed, she'll go back home to, Adriana's house, and Adriana, you will have to deal with a like hungover, street. I was gonna tell you what the fail condition was. You got ahead of me.
Yeah. Oh no, like I mean, this is the thing, is that it's Adriana wearing the fail condition, so I'm happy for you to continue.
Thanks.
Then I think she finishes eating, and she like mumbles a thank you, and then is just like, "Can I go?"
And and I'm just like, do the like, you're free to go. You've been free the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she leaves. Yeah, and I think
I think for Sophia, then the scene ends on her just sitting there finishing her soup.
Yeah, and then I think we cut to like some like hours later, and Adriana, like you've been at home for a while since you went out to this gallery exhibition. Like you've already been served. You've been served supper, and
yeah, I've gone out, done my loop of the bars, realized my person's in a museum, came back, put on nice clothes, did that bit, got called nasty slurs, and then left again. And it's like,
so like
still here, and that's
you're
weird.
probably like already.
Yeah.
Like it's time for you to be getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
And like whether you're actually doing that, like do we see Adriana like still, are you still wearing the fancy dress?
I think she changed out of that in because she was kind of like, one, she doesn't eat in it because that costs money if she drops food in it. But also to like she didn't feel comfortable in it after the encounter she just had.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think the thing is that like normally she'd have, I don't know, some like glass of wine, cup of tea, whatever, and like read something and then go to bed. And instead she's found a piece of work that urgently needed doing, as an excuse so that she isn't sitting up worrying. She's doing something that just so happens that she'll catch Elliot when she comes in late.
Yeah. And so I think you stay up for a while. Like it's like you're burning the midnight oil like hard. And you hear the door like creaking open, and like the subtle footsteps, or the not so subtle footsteps of someone trying to sneak in.
Sure. Yeah. I imagine this is when like the pen goes down, and Adriana has to kind of admit to herself that the reason she's been staying up is to make sure Elia was okay. And yeah, she lets Elia think she's gotten away with it for like a minute. And then just you get like, Elia.
And you just hear, oh, shit.
You can say that again. Come up here.
Yeah, she's like she's slurring her words.
Mhm.
It's like, no, I'm going to bed.
2 steps
I have
forward,
a-
1
I
step
have
side.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does Elliot keep her knife in like a sheath or like a what's the word I want? A scabbard?
I would
Because I
imagine.
still have Elia's knife, is the point. And like I'm wondering if that's notably missing.
I mean, I imagine that she never keeps it obvious.
Visible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
She's also
Or
quite
maybe-
drunk though, that's the point.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
maybe
I
it is
imagine her
visibly
knife is
obvious.
actually it's like a stiletto knife, and she keeps it in a boot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. How was she dressed again? Because she's not dressed in like the stuff she wears in the
Yeah,
office
she's
ones,
she's
right?
wearing like street tough clothes.
So you disappear in the middle of the working day, get dressed up in the accoutrement of your previous career, and then go get drunk. Tell me, were you spending the wages I pay you on that, or did you take them off of somebody?
Um,
I ain't gonna be.
and she says, she looks at you and she says, "Money earned is money to be spent."
Agreed. But you earn your money when you work the hours I pay you for. What's going on, Elia? This isn't like you.
Hmm. And she says, "How would you know?"
um,
Roll teenager wise.
she's, I think she's in her second life path, so it isn't child rearing.
Mhm. How do I reach these kids wise?
Yeah, and I like sigh.
Gotta get through to these kids.
I'm wondering, are we like on the anniversary of her mother's death or something? But yeah, I like stand up and I sigh and I'm like, Elia, just take a seat for a moment. And like, I don't know whether I'd pull a seat out or I'd like gesture at a couch or something.
I don't think she sits. I think she like stands her ground and is like,
Yeah. And I go over and like I imagine there's like a jug of like water with like some lemons and now melted ice floating in it.
Mhm.
And I
"Oh,
pour
so
like a
fancy
glass out.
having ice."
I know, right? And I pour a glass out for her and like walk over and kind of offer it out and go, look, Elia,
Hmm.
I'm not your enemy. I'm not. We've been living together for a while now. And while, yes, you are my employee and all of that stuff, I was rather hoping that we could trust each other. And I have a
And
passport
and
out.
she
I have to take
says,
it.
yeah, she's like, "I don't want your pity."
Elia, you've known me for 2 years. When have you seen me express pity?
Oh, poor Elia. Oh, her mother's died, and I have to take her in. Oh, I need to give her a job and make sure she doesn't go back on the streets. Oh, I should get her singing lessons so she doesn't end up a horrible person. Please.
We're gonna swallow the pride one more time. One more time. And I go, Elia, I'm equipping you with every tool you need to pursue the future you want. If what you want is to take money from those not sensible enough to guard it, that is a perfectly adequate career. I expect you can do a damn better job of it than wandering around getting drunk and losing your knife. If what you want is become a singer, I will pay for those lessons. I am not looking after you because I pity you. I'm looking after you because, in part, I owe your mother, yes, but in part, I think you're a talent worth nurturing. So please, sit, drink, tell me what's going on. I think this is where I need to
Roll persuade test.
that persuasion.
Yeah.
Cool. Any modifiers I should be aware of is that I get a +1 from her being drunk and a bit manipulable, or is that +1 odd for her being drunk and being awkward?
I think it balances out, and so we'll just say neither.
Fair. That kind of takes out. I don't think any of my. You don't get any +1s having a relationship with a person, do you?
Nope.
Dang it! I didn't lie to her. I'm actually telling you the truth. Damn it! Why am I so honest?
Do you have soothing platitudes?
I do not. There are many things Adriana is. Nice. Not one of them. Which means this isn't going to be a routine.
Or ugly truth, if you have it.
Nah, it's still learning. Base obstacle 3.
Yeah.
Will. Oh, God. Damn it. Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm.
I have driven, so
Yeah.
I'm going to re-roll my failures.
Yeah.
Oh my Christ.
That's not good.
The dice have abandoned me.
The dice have indeed abandoned you. Yeah, and so she looks at you and says, "You never even asked if I wanted your help."
I think that actually diffuses some of Adriana's anger. Because the only reason that the singing lesson thing occurred, that she's like, oh, Elia needs singing lessons, she becomes a good person, because that's what she literally told me she wanted. So I'm like, well, after I asked her, what did she want to do? So I'm like, fine, Elia, if you want to be petulant, be petulant. I thought we were building a relationship. Evidently, I was wrong. You know where to find your room. And yeah, I go back and sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And take the water glass with me.
Yeah.
I am not her mother. I ain't gonna pretend to be.
Yeah. And I think she scoffs at you. And she says, You wouldn't know a relationship if it slapped you in the face. You've never had anyone who didn't work for you or owe you, or you owe them.
Called the fuck out.
I mean, I have a really shitty thing I could say in response to that.
She doesn't have ugly truth, right?
She does not.
She's okay. We're gonna add
but
that.
She does have really good perception.
Yeah.
She's a child prodigy.
Ugly truth. What is ugly truth based on?
Perception.
Because
it's the only social skill that comes off perception.
Yeah. Okay, so this is. I guess the question here is: are you two close enough for this to be ugly truth about family?
She's the closest thing Adriana has to family, except Bianca.
Yeah.
And you're the closest thing she has to family, so yeah.
Yeah, I think so. In By anyone else's estimates of like emotional connection, probably not. By
Yeah.
our own, probably.
Yeah, and she does spend a lot of time around you.
Absolutely. Yeah, like the last
Um,
like year, 2 years of her life has
Yeah.
been nearly, other than when she went, like I put her through some schooling, pretty
yeah,
much every day with me.
yeah. So this is 6 dice on up 4.
Okay. She's got a chance. Yeah. So I think it's like I've taken like 2 steps away, and she says this, and it hits a part of Adriana, and she spins and just throws this glass of water in Elia's face, and and I'm like refusing to back down.
Mm-hmm.
Adriana just kind of goes, "And what do you have, Elia?" "Oh, that's right. You have me. And apparently, all that means is that you work for me. Now get out of my sight."
Nice. I like it. I like it a lot.
And then, like, instant regret crashes into Adriana's brain, but there is no fucking way she's backing down from this.
Yeah. This is like a very like go to your room.
Well, it is the thing of like, partially it's also her instinct of, you did a shitty thing to me, so I'm gonna be shitty back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, like that.
Yeah.
She was right in that the only relationships Adriana has are ones where there is things owed and things paid. And she's like, all right, you want to fucking go?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, also, yeah, go the fuck to your room.
Yeah, so I think she does. I don't think she has anything left in her.
Yeah, and I think there's probably the moment of like drunk person gets hit in the face with a bunch of water, and there's like that shock,
Mm-hmm.
and there's the moment where we both realize we've said something really harsh to each other,
Mm-hmm.
and in that moment we both just want to be out of the situation.
Yeah, right.
And the hurt will solidify overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Damn it.
Yeah.
What are with my dice this evening?
Not good.
No. So deeply not good.
Okay.
Well, I'll make sure I get her ugly truth test.
Dave, is there anything left that you wanted to do?
I don't know how close we are necessarily to resource cycle stuff. My current belief is actually kind of a practice one. That's why I was saying it wasn't a very good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like we're definitely close to a resource cycle.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it before Ali joins in.
Sure.
Because I feel like it, like we can when Ali joins, we can like start the new like season.
We'll be in the also the capital S season.
Yes, yeah, the season.
Don't have the hands yet. Can't do any sculpting. Don't really have any money to buy things to practice sculpting with. But actually, how am I doing? I do have a cash dice at the moment. But what do I need?
Oh yeah, that's where Sophia's money went.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what I want right now. Actually.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
super well.
do we wanna close off with Alov delivering the device?
Oh yeah, totally, sure.
Yeah, I guess the like probably I don't know, the next day, one after that. Elliot is somewhere else.
Yeah, she stays in her room for
Yeah, well,
that
yeah,
day at
we'll
least.
resolve that later.
Yeah.
As Adriana is working out how far she's going to take, like, the punishment for being a giant shit.
Mm-hmm.
And also putting herself in like a major amount of danger for no discernible gain,
Mm-hmm.
which I think offends Adria on like a deeply personal level. Like, I taught you to be smarter than this,
Mm-hmm.
you idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. I think the bouncer like recognizes you and just shows you up like to the door to Adriana's like office, and probably that, what was it, Frederick? One of my like
Yeah,
like other
I don't know.
employees is like,
Yeah.
the hell. But yeah, it's like, Master Elov, welcome. Please take a seat.
Oh, thank you. Hop up into a chair.
Afraid I'm still working on tracking down your sculptor associate. She's proving to be a little elusive for me, but I'll find her.
She didn't seem like somebody who was too complicated. Just... Anyway,
There are a lot of poor people in this city, my friend. I
sure.
wouldn't know.
Well,
And that's, I think this thing of she tries to put that through, like, that's not her being malicious about it. It's like, look, there's a lot of cracks to fall between.
Mm-hmm.
What possibly does come across from her, like, without the knowledge of her context, as this rich lady being a shit.
yeah.
Context. Isn't it wonderful?
Well, hopefully,
She'll turn up.
yes. Well,
Everyone does.
I've upheld my end.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Like, is this the part where you put up this weird contraption on the desk and I go, how does work?
Yeah, it's I imagine it's like, it kind of looks a bit like a tinderbox. It's just like a metal box at first. And yeah, like I take the metal box out of like a backpack or something and slide it across the table to you.
Yeah, and I kind of have a look and it goes, well, dwarven craftsmanship is quite a, and like, yeah, just runs like a finger across like the surface of the like box and just goes like,
Oh no, that's just a box.
and she goes, well, please do tell me what I'm working with here.
Oh,
I'm
well,
rather disinclined to mess with a thing that could set fire to my office.
oh no, it shouldn't unless you know how to work it. This is good. This is. Let me. And I kind of turn it around and I click it open.
Gesture for you to take over.
Yeah. So here's the thing. It doesn't work like a. You don't strike it. We build fires a little differently. We need things to be a lot hotter. Otherwise, you can't work metal as well. There are a lot of intricacies to it, but I'm sure you don't care. I spent many years learning. Anyway,
I have faith in your expertise.
yes, well, you see here, and there's like another little compartment, and I open it up, and there's like some thick, like large granule dust type stuff. Let me say this. Well, you put it on the thing that you want to start a fire on, to heat up.
I see.
but you got to be particular in the way you do it. It doesn't have to be big, but you're going to want to draw.
I like slide a sheet of paper across the desk.
Yeah. And I like take it. I could take a pencil. Like, what do you give me? Like a pen or a pencil?
I imagine, yeah, like a quill or something. Yeah.
I like grab it and like smush the feather of it a little bit because I don't know how to hold a pen.
Yeah, and there's like
Just like dip it in. And like just like.
Do you want to roll your dwarven rune script?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a single. I'm not even gonna look at the ob. It's an ob one test.
Yeah.
Okay.
The rune of fire, but large enough and clear enough that a dummy can read it.
Yeah. I'm gonna fork in fire building because this is
Yeah,
the rune for
100%.
fire. All right. Yeah.
You did it.
I ruined the quill. I leave just like.
There's a fleeting look of like, thank you.
It has to be in this particular rune. Now, what the rune means is a little bit complicated. But suffice it to say, whomsoever draws it with enough accuracy in the right material here, place it on the surface. Then you take this little thing here, and like in the box with the powder, there's like a thin compartment with like a little rod in it that's like folded in half. And he clicks it, and it starts to like heat up a little bit when he like clicks it into place. And he's like, "Well, you take that once it's applied, and you simply touch it to it after a second or so. And you click it back, pop it in, and off you go."
Quite a marvelous creation. Question, does the size of the rune have any particular effects on the resultant fire? Or is it needs to be at least so big for it to function correctly?
Well, there are intricacies depending on what you're putting it on. And if you don't want to burn most of the city down, you're going to want to keep it smaller than just like gestures, just like a square. He's like, keep it smaller than that, or the things are going to go bad.
She like picks up the quill and the piece of paper and just draws like a square in the rough approximation of the size you just did.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think mentally adds an exclamation point, but doesn't write that. Fantastic. Thank you, Elon. And and she goes, as a token of my good faith, and I'm going to try, because I'm not currently able to pay my debt for this, I'm going to try and generate a cash die to kind of settle my conscience for the moment. So single cash die is a 2, right?
I think so, something like that.
Yeah, it's up to you.
All right, I have Pennywise.
Okay,
can
good.
I get one success? There we go.
You did it.
Yeah, so I pull out like a small stack of silver, and like count them out, and I go, consider this my, I suppose, a fine for me being late on my payments.
Oh, that's thinks about it being like, don't worry about it. And he like sees how rich you are, and he's like, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and she like puts it in your hand and goes, I hope we will be friends past this.
Sure, I mean,
this is, I hope a token of good faith towards that.
One thing I should mention. I know you're planning on being discreet with this and all, but for my sake as well, this is the thing that you all can't do. It's not a thing that anybody in this, or maybe even a couple of cities over, has any idea about. So,
What do you mean, you people?
Wow.
Discretion is the better part of valor.
well, it's not about valor. It's it would be bad if it got back to the halls that I've been telling people this thing.
I will make sure your work is untraceable.
Very good. And, well, if you're looking for anything more like it, like you say, a relationship would be helpful. One of the few people who can afford these kinds of things. I don't suppose you're into masonry at all?
My house isn't in need of any retiling, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, just because I just like pulls out this like weird contraption and like another one and another one. And he's like, oh, I got these.
I made
Nobody
these
knows
ones
them.
and these ones. All of these artists are just really poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think she is also kind of like smiling of like I am teasing you with the I don't need retiling. She goes, I'll keep my ear to the ground. I can't say it's a common pursuit amongst my clientele, but
Yeah.
I'll let you know what turns up.
Yeah, and he like kind of offhand misestimates how like wealthy you are, and he's like, oh yeah, because I mean that'd only be like X completely exorbitant amount of money that you could maybe pay if you weren't taxed.
Yeah,
Oh,
and her face does not move,
Mhm.
and there is a rapid amount like behind the eyeballs is like a is he serious right now?
Uh-huh.
Like is he taking the piss? Does he know what he's talking about? Oh my god, can I find someone to pay that and charge commission?
Yeah.
well, anyway,
Okay. Cool.
and the most important part, this big.
Yeah, and she like taps the square and like taps her nose and goes, understood.
Someone you trust with it. Right.
Yeah, there's like a hitch and there's like a absolutely. I wouldn't dream of entrusting something so valuable to anyone else.
Did you get the lock downstairs sorted out?
My secretary was supposed to be looking into that, but she took ill yesterday.
No, that's a shame.
I
I
don't know whether she finished.
I couldn't actually.
Maybe we'll bring you in with a little less time pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah. Taking time and things makes it easier. That's. Oh, I probably should have done it on these. What if they turned out yeah, so they're fine. All right, well, do let me know when you find something.
Absolutely, and yeah, like Adriana like stands up and puts like a hand out over the desk to shake your hand.
Yeah, and I go shake, and I a little bit crushy.
Yeah,
a bit strong.
But she smiles through it because she probably had male bankers do the exact same thing, but they're trying to assert dominance, and she's just like, yeah, he's just a bit simple.
Yeah, it's just like I'll hold a hand like I hold a hammer. Just
yeah.
a little bit crushed.
And yeah, not showing a reaction. Yeah. Cool. Fantastic. I think that's
Yeah. Should we do some
Sure.
Arthur?
Yeah.
Sure.
Down for that.
Okay. Ash, tell me about your beliefs and stuff. How did you do?
Right. Nah. I mean, like, like I worked towards having being recognized for my difference and having an
Absolutely,
exhibition
that's
all
a
of my
fate.
own. Yeah. If it hadn't, okay. So, when I approached Elia before I realized how young she was, I was working towards providing what my father wants, but on my own terms.
Okay. Yep. Uh-huh. I
And then I
don't
was like,
think
"Oh,
you
no,
made
that's a
any
bad idea."
rolls towards that.
I didn't make any rolls towards it. No, that's true.
Yeah.
So okay, I got one fate out of that.
Yeah.
I don't think my traits got me in specific trouble. I actually stayed out of trouble pretty well this session.
You really did, actually, all things considered. I could have
All
had
things
you
considered.
all things
All
considered,
Sophia
I
considered.
could have had you murdered.
What? When? Oh, when with the if it wasn't Elia or
Yeah.
Elia could have.
I mean-
Elia could have murdered you.
I mean, look. Here's the thing. I'm happy to try some more beginner's luck tests on Brawl. Like, and get stabbed the fuck up. So, yeah. But that's that. I don't think any of my traits.
I have to question that you went and bought her food and you didn't just have the tasty snack on hand.
Good point. No, because that's a meal versus like the point was that it was a like a meal, right?
I just feel like that was the perfect opportunity to like pop out a sweet roll.
Yeah, that's true. I totally missed that opportunity.
Yeah.
However, I'm wondering if that was Charming taking the story in an interesting direction.
Yes. Yeah. I will give
I
you
was
that.
being
Yeah.
charming instead of mugged.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Excellent.
Okay.
That's me
So
for
2
for
fate.
Mhm.
Cool. Dave?
Yeah. Didn't interface with the first belief. I need to rewrite that. It's not very good. Create a fire starting device for Adriana.
Yeah.
Perfect. Totally
Perfect.
done. Cut and dry. Easiest thing in my life.
Yeah.
4 successes on our 4. Easiest.
Yeah.
Yep.
In no way isolated you from your
That's a
community and family.
Make a name for myself, replace my clans. I mean, that was only incidental in completing the.
Yeah, I think I'm willing to give you a fate on that. I think you work towards that. Like, while the news that Nika is going to take back home may not be good news, like, all publicity is good publicity, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm not sure I like that fate point, but I'll take it. I'll use it for something that's less.
That feels less bad.
Yeah. No, my instincts were just flavoring the way I did things. Traits. No, I think I was just doing a general.
You were just doing a good job of playing your character today.
All right. I appreciate you saying so.
Yeah.
Take fate and persona. Spend a persona, earn a persona. Puts me at 12 and 1 by my count.
I've got 13 and 1. Unless you spent a fate somewhere and I forgot to take it off the overlay.
No, I didn't. You're right.
Yeah. Okay. Vemba?
Hello. So Captain Crest, I believe, didn't come in. I definitely pursued the Elov could be a valuable partner. I shall find this woman for him belief.
Yep, definitely a fate there.
Didn't go well for me. I don't know whether that scene with Elov at the end counts towards pursuing my scaring Kristoff into working with me
No, I don't think so.
I didn't think you. Oh,
Yeah. I didn't have to roll to pursue the belief, but
Mm-hmm.
don't make excuses when it's time to pay debts. Pay. I think
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
was like, I don't have the thing I owe you, so here's some money to like tide you over till I do have the thing. Which unfortunately, because it's a routine test, benefits me in no way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think either of my other two instincts came into play, so that's 2 fate. I think intense
Yeah.
probably played into things.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Adriana was maybe a little better at not being 11,
Mm-hmm.
she wouldn't have like
Yeah.
pissed off maybe the one person she cares about who's still in the city,
Mm-hmm.
or like threatened a man that she's in no position to threaten currently.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Is that 3 fate?
Yeah, I don't think romantic didn't come into it. I don't think materialistic came into it.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think paranoid came in. Yeah, no. And then I used 2 of my 3 columns. So yeah. 3 fate.
Okay, wicked. Well, that'll be that then. Let's do some shout outs and stuff, and then we will close out for the day. So, Ash, who are you? What are you doing here? Seriously.
Who let you in?
That is
my
a
god.
very good question. Hi, I'm Ash. I'm a GM, I'm game master, game designer, and streamer. So you can find me on my channel, and also on Twitter and YouTube and Patreon if you want to support me making games. All of those places you can find me at Acegiak, Acegiak. And I promise you, it doesn't get much more sensible.
Cool.
Sorry.
If there's any word I could use to describe Ash, it is sensible.
Yeah, nah.
No. Dave.
Yep. Hello, everyone. Glad we finally got a chance to play again. It had been entirely too long. As for my stuff, you can follow me on Twitter at Dave_the_human, and you can also catch me on my own Twitch channel at Dave_human, though I'm not there as often as I am on Roll20 app and D&D, which I will be tomorrow and Friday respectively. There we go.
Nailed it.
Cool. Finbar?
Yes. A lot of projects are kind of on pause at the moment because of assorted things, but you can find me on Twitter at FinbarDS, where I try to channel positive vibes because things are a little rough at the moment, but Detective Pikachu is good, and it makes me happy. Yeah, so hang out, come follow me at FinbarDS on Twitter, and you will hear about all the things I do when there's news. Thank you for coming. That's me. A little wave. It's a little wave for you.
Cool. Well, I have been Ashley Nova. This is my channel. If you're watching on Twitch, you can hit the old follow button up in whatever corner of the screen it is.
It's down on the right now.
Yeah, I have no idea where it is. It moves. You can find me on Twitter at Dr. Ashley Nova. You can also find me in various places like Patreon, and Instagram. Various combinations of the words Ashley and Nova.
Buy her book.
Yeah, I'm writing a book. I'm doing NaNoWriMo this month, and I've written like 8,000 words.
Dang.
It's insane. So yeah, I've got a lot of stuff coming for the book. I got to work on some photo shoots for this month. I think I actually passed $200 on my Patreon, which is pretty hype. And there's going to be new stuff on the Twitch channel soon. I'm working on a bit of a rebrand. We're going to get some new content out. So be around and hang out and follow me on Twitter, and I will let y'all know when that is happening. This has been the Burning Wheel Patronage. I'm so glad we got to play again. Hopefully we will have a session next week and the week after that, hopefully, and at some point we'll have another player down in whatever corner it is. This one down that way. Until then, however, play more games, I guess. It's the end of the show. Bye, everyone.
Are you trying to do that rebranding now?
No, God.
If it is, it's bad.
Yeah.
Insert outro here.
That's someone else's branding.
Smash that like button. Smash it.
Be good.
Bye.
Good.